Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Healed scores 19 helps Warriors bounce back from lopsided losses with 107-104 win over Pistons. Buddy Hield, number 7 of the Golden State Warriors, shoots the ball during the game against the Detroit Pistons on January 9, 2025 at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Not to use a user expressly acknowledges and agrees that it wasn't easy. The Warriors led by 18, but Malik Beasley missed a three-pointer just before the buzzer that could have sent the game to overtime. Detroit's Cade Cunningham had 32 points, 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Beasley scored 21 points, missing 10 of his 14 three-pointers. The Pistons fell to 5 after winning 5 straight and 8 of their previous 9 games. Warriors coach Steve Kerr, whose 90-year-old mother lost her home in the California wildfires, said his team lacked a competitive spirit earlier this week and was certainly happy with the response in Detroit. Golden State led after each quarter and made enough plays on both ends of the court to win. After a 12-3 start, the Warriors had lost 15 of their previous 21 games. Warriors on a night Steph Curry missed most of his shots and had 17 points. Some teammates stepped up. Tracy Jackson-Davis had 14 points and 10 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder and Gus Santos each had 13 points and Lindy Waters added 11. Pistons Tobias Harris had 13 points and Ron Holland scored 11, trying to make up for the score punch lost with Jaden Ivey out of the lineup with a broken leg. Draymond Green had words with Holland dunk, drew a charge against the rookie and set up Hield for a three-pointer to put the Warriors ahead 92-78 midway through the fourth quarter. Even depleted Warriors get right with tight win at Pistons after 2 straight disastrous showings against the Kings and Heat. The Warriors' effort was in question for the first time all year. Head coach Steve Kerr called it a crisis of confidence. He needed to see more competitive spirit. Even short 5 rotation PL as the Warriors played with the type of urgency they'd been missing. Golden State forced 13 first-half turnovers to build a lead, and despite missing almost all of their rotational wings, contained Pistons star Cade Cunningham until the fourth quarter. Cunningham scored 18 of his 32 points in the fourth, and Steph Curry 5 for 21 had an off-shooting night, but the Warriors 19-8 got enough unlikely contributions to hold on for a 107-104 win. They now 9-0 in games. Buddy Hield scores at least 18 points. Gus Santos career high 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. A surprise hero supplied the type of effort Golden State needed. Detroit had won 8 of 9 entering the Warriors matchup, but Golden State, desperate and reeling, halted their momentum. Their Warriors chased down long rebounds on both ends and flew down the court off steals. Players on the bench stood up and clapped after turnovers and stops. The competitive spirit the Warriors had apparently lost this week looked charged up. Given how depleted the rosters was and how poorly they've played recently, the Warriors needed the energy. Jonathan King, out at least 2 more weeks with a sprained ankle, made the trip and sat on the bench in a walking boot. Andrew Wiggins went through morning shoot-around in Detroit before flying home for personal reasons. Moses Moody's lingering knee issues ruled him out. Brandon Podmski and Gary Payton, too, are still not quite ready to return from their ailments. Half the rotation in street clothes left the Warriors with 10 healthy bodies, 2 of which were Santos and Pate. Spencer Santos in particular made the most of his chance. Normally at the end of Golden State's bench, Santos played 13 straight minutes in the first half, which the Warriors won by 18 points. Santos chased down a long offensive rebound, then battled for another one, creating extra possessions. He buried his first 3 three-pointers for a season-high 9 points, drew a charge and dropped a pair of dimes too. Santos got 26 seconds of rest before Draymond Green picked up his 3rd foul. Tapped Santos over Kyle Anderson, who played 9 minutes. Even with the lack of options, Detroit closed the half on a 12-4 run after Curry checked back in, cutting the Warriors' advantage to 10. Their Warriors opened their lead up to 17, but Detroit answered with 11 straight points. Kirk called timeout with 530 left in the third quarter after back-to-back threes from Cade Cunningham and Tobias Harris. More energetic minutes from Santos in the third helped the Warriors maintain their edge, but Curry missed all 4 of his shots each from behind the arc in the frame, allowing Detroit to hang around. He started 1 for 11 from 3 and went 2 for 14 overall in the fourth quarter. Santos sank his 4th tray and guarded Cunningham defensively. Green, playing 100 mil south of his hometown of Sagona, fed Tracy Jackson Davis for a dunk, drew a charge and leaked out for a dunk. He also instigated a mini dust-up, igniting a fire under the Warriors and leading a 10-0 run, and after missing 6 straight shots, Curry converted a 4-point play to put the Warriors back up 16. Cunningham threatened to take over, but Dennis Schroeder made a couple key buckets to fend the Pistons off just enough. With 4.1 seconds left and trailing by 3, Cunningham perfectly missed a foul shot right to himself, earning the chance to send the game into overtime, but Malik Beasley's 3-pointer fell just short as time expired. An update on the Jimmy Butler trade rumors. The NBA trade news cycle has been laser focused on Jimmy Butler's potential landing spot for a week, in the wake of Butler essentially demanding a trade on January 2nd by saying he wanted to get his joy back and that it wouldn't happen with the Miami Heat. Over the last week, several teams including the Milwaukee Bucks, Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors and Phoenix Suns have either been listed as potential landing spots for the disgruntled former All-Star forward or removed from the list via Butler's camp. With so much news reporting and scoops, we thought it would be a good time to catch everyone up on where the Butler trade rumors stand. There were initially 4 teams in the mix that were rumored to be trying to trade for Butler: the Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors and the surprise of the bunch, the Milwaukee Bucks. I'll start with the Bucks because why wouldn't I? Per John Gambadera of Arizona Sports 98.7, the Bucks and the Grizzlies were 2 teams that were in discussions about a potential Butler trade back on Monday. Things quickly shifted a day later when Kevin O'Connor of Yahoo Sports and Jake Pfizer of the Steinel reported that Milwaukee was told not to trade for the former Marquette wing. Chris Haynes said the same day that the Grizzlies were also told to beat it on the Butler sweepstakes. Lastly, the Golden State Warriors were another team that had been linked as another potential landing spot next to Steph Curry, yet even before the rumors of the Grizzlies and Bucks had landed online, Sam Amick and Marcus Thompson of The Athletic had reported that their Warriors had no interest in making a trade for Butler, yet according to a source close to Butler, the Warriors are not currently seen as a viable option and there have been no substantive talks or traction to get any type of deal done. Butler's age and injury history makes him a risky choice. His price tag makes him an untenable option. Curry was among the prominent figures inside the team that were nixing a potential deal. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.